Maybe.
We are live on
There
YouTube.
we go. Did it.
Yay.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
We need to change this to meeting so everyone can see us. Welcome to Coffee and Questions. I didn't bring any coffee up. I was too busy getting ready for this.
Yep.
Let's see. We should be live on
I didn't even get
Facebook.
to finish my coffee this morning, and I didn't bring it in here.
Uh-oh.
It's been a fast and furious morning, so hopefully same for everyone else, and hopefully you can join us live. If not, if you're catching us on replay, be sure to give us a hashtag replay and say hello.
Ooh. There we go. Good morning, Mary Alice. Sorry, it took me a second because, of course, our technology is not showing the comments on my desktop, so I'm having to look at them on the phone. Good morning, Mark.
I was trying to pull it up on my phone as well.
Good morning, Carrie Ann.
Thank goodness I have notifications turned on. If you don't, you should. Then you'll know when we're live.
Yeah, I feel like it has been a while since we caught you live. Or since you caught us live.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, I guess we're catching her live too.
Yeah. So I just shared this video. And if you know any other small business owners, you should share this video too. Because it's going to be good. This one, we're just kind of messing around with it. And then like all of the good stuff.
Yeah, it turned into
really juicy really fast.
Yep. I was able to we were able to come up. We probably, instead of 8 points, we probably could have made 18. But in the valuing your time, we picked the best of the best.
Exactly. All right. So today we're going to be talking about 8 crucial steps that you likely missed when you were setting up your Facebook group that are keeping it from being the best it can be.
Exactly.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So we've been talking a lot about Facebook groups lately.
I wonder why the reasons.
Well, obviously that we have a reason we'll share with you in just a little while, but also, you know, Facebook is still all in on Facebook groups. So it is where, you know, there's only so much room in the news feed. It's a way for you to be able to turn on notifications and be able to get, you know, that content that's specific to you. So Facebook's trying to push everyone into groups, community as much as possible. So we are aiming to help you do that as well. And when you set up your Facebook group, there's so many people that have had one for a long, long time. And when you set it up, there were things you just didn't know. So we're going to come back and see if we can get it optimized. I don't know if people love that word, but we've already got one. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to optimize it.
Exactly. And there are things that you either didn't know or things that have changed, because social media is constantly changing. Facebook is constantly changing. Instagram, all of them have adjustments to, you know, the algorithm and what things work best, or what things worked best back in 20 and 18 probably don't work as well now as they do back then. So you have to kind of adjust. And we're going to talk about 8 things that are really going to help you out today. So, so what 8 things, Julie? You want me to start with number 1?
Sure.
All right. So the number 1 thing that I think people tend to overlook whenever they are setting up their group is members. And we talk about this a lot in all of our Facebook group trainings. Anytime we're really talking about anything surrounding Facebook groups, it's the tendency to just add as many people as you can. You send out a bulk invite, right, to all of your friends to try to get that membership number up. And the problem is that is probably the best way to kill your engagement, because you're going to have people who accept your group invite out of okay, I don't want to hurt her feelings. I want to, try and support her. But then they never once get in your group. They never like anything. They never look around. They never click on anything. And that is the best way to kill your engagement from the very beginning. So, number one, know who your target member is and stick to that. You've got to create, a member avatar. Who is that person? And stay within those parameters. Because if you don't, you'll end up with people like your mom who join your Facebook group out of pity, and then they never ever interact with your content. And that does not serve you at all when it comes to reaching the people who really are in your group to interact with you, to learn more from you, and to ultimately buy from you.
Exactly. The follow-up question we get to this all the time is, okay, I've got a whole bunch of people in my group that shouldn't be here. What do I do about it? So there's a couple of things. Obviously, you can go through and you can remove members. You also can do a post that would ask if they really want to be there. You can do like an engagement post that, who's seen it. If you want to stay initial here, that way that helps the algorithm to show it to more people. So, but you really want to make sure you have the people that are your people in there. So, and let's talk about another reason why we're talking so much about Facebook groups. We just put out, you probably saw an email yesterday, the ultimate, what's the whole title? It's a long title. What's the whole title, Jess?
The ultimate grow and monetize your Facebook group bundle.
There you go. Thank you.
Because that's what everyone wants. That's what everyone comes to us and wants help doing, because they know they need to start there to grow.
Exactly. And there is a group avatar. Is it a group avatar? Worksheet in that that will help you to decide who should be in your group. If you're just starting a group, obviously that's great. But, you need, before you take any other steps that we're about to cover, you need to know who your target market is. That's true of any advertising, but especially in a group. So, all right. So that's part of the bundle. All right. The next thing, and we've talked about a few of these things in our Take Action series. So if you haven't seen those, there's actually we pulled several of the Take Actions. So if you can't get in the whole Take Action series program, we pulled the Facebook group into that bundle. And one of the things that we covered in that TAT is having a catchy name for your group that's going to really attract and say what it is that you do. So many people get this wrong in their group. And it's one of the most important things that you can do for your group is to have a great name. So obviously, so many people name their products and services and groups, whatever it is, something so catchy that people don't get it. So when it comes to a Facebook group, you must say what's in it for them to want to join. They have to be 100% clear about what you are putting in the group for them to want to join, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and a perfect example of that would be how we've named our group. So it would have been what we see a lot of new business owners do. If they were naming our group, they would name it like Socially Inclined Insiders or Social Insiders, and that would be the group where you nurture them. But that doesn't work very well when you're talking about trying to capture people who are looking for groups to join in your topic on Facebook. So instead, our Facebook group is named, Julie, you want to help me out?
I have too many Socially Inclined Social Media Tips, Tricks, and something for entrepreneurs or something like that. Yeah. But so we say what they get by joining the group, and it's tips and tricks and to, promote, to use social media to grow your business.
Yep. Cut straight to the chase and tell them what they can expect from your group directly in its name.
For sure. This is not the place to be cute. You can work in some cuteness, but be sure to exactly spell out So that's the biggest issue we see when we do Facebook group audits. All right. And then in the ultimate Facebook group bundle that we have, we've got a worksheet that will help you to name or rename your group. So if you already have, and that there's been a tactic. So while we're talking about naming, there's been a tactic on Facebook that I don't know if people teach it, but I see it happening a lot where people will randomly, fairly often go in and rename their group. The reason they do, or the benefit they get from doing this often, is that it sends out an alert to everyone that's in the group that it was updated. So probably one of the reasons Facebook does this alerting is to, like, is the group, some people change a group from one complete niche to another. They think, okay, I'm going to, so this is going to parlay on what we just covered, is that, okay, I already have a group of 1,000 people and I'm going to change my focus from fitness to skincare. Well, everyone that was in your fitness group might not want to be in your skincare group, if that makes sense. So anyway, long story short, that they're using this as a tactic to get that notification out that the name was changed, just to bring you back to the group. So I'm not a proponent of that.
We might test that one day, but we haven't tested it yet.
We've not changed our group. I think we could actually improve upon the name of our group. I think we should do that this week and see what happens. We'll come back in the group and explain it to you, what happened.
For sure.
We're big on testing.
For sure. Oh, Marcy wanted to know about the length of your group name. They can be pretty long. Ours is kind of long. And Edith, I like what you've suggested here. The invitation guru, tips, tricks, and trends to inviting your guests. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I think that is better than just the invitation guru, because the invitation guru group might get lost in, someone who specializes in calligraphy or something like that. But by honing it in on tips and tricks and how to invite a person, really helps clarify it so that you're going to get more qualified leads directly from Facebook. And yes, you have the 365 engaging posts for the groups. Is it the same in the new bundle? It is. We have bundled them up, and we can send you a special link that takes that $17 off of the $47 big bundle so that you can buy the rest of it.
Exactly.
All right. I'm so glad I got number 3, and we need to be moving on because we have 8 tips.
All right. Go for it.
Number 3, this one is so important. And I see so many wimpy group descriptions, and then, upset group owners who don't understand why nobody's joining their group. And, it's just a mess. So make sure your group description is clear and concise. Hello. So the group description is going to be shown to people who aren't in your group yet. And that is probably, other than the cover photo and the name, the third most important deciding factor onto whether someone is going to join your group. So that group description, again, it doesn't need to be some fluffy, empty, I'm really great at this, and I have this background and all of that. Cut straight to the point. Tell them what they're going to get from your group. And bonus points if you include a CTA to download your freebie that gets them on your list, whether or not they decide to join your group.
Exactly.
Because you can put links in there and people can see them before they are in your group.
For sure. So, and this sort of parlays, I'm just going to roll right into number 4, because keywords, interjecting those keywords into your description, into your title or your name, into your content even, is paramount in the, Facebook is a search engine, basically. So we have included in the bundle, there's SEO for social media, for Facebook groups. So, but interjecting these keywords in there is paramount to people being able to find your content. So people do go to Facebook, they type in hula hoop lessons. They can come and find a group that teaches and supports people that do hula dance. So anyway, that's how that works. So be sure to interject keywords into, and keywords that is, it would be what they are searching for, not necessarily what you call things, but what they would use.
Awesome. Yeah. So I love that so much. Jate on Facebook says, "Hey, this is so timely and useful. We are so glad." I mean, that's what we try to do. We build products around what people need in this moment in this Facebook group. One has been super important. So we're glad to bring this to you guys. So keywords it goes hand in hand with SEO. It took me a long time of limping behind Julie Herndon to learn. Like keywords is also just another kind of fancy, or not fancy. It's the more kind of digestible way to think about SEO. So that right there is probably some of the best SEO advice you could give for your group, which is super important because, like Julie said, Facebook is a search engine.
Right. And with that, so like if your group is on parenting, you would want to have parenting, kids, parenting tips, parent advice, things like that, that is going to attract what people are searching for. Just to give you an example, if you're in fitness, fitness means a whole lot of things, and not one person's fitness doesn't necessarily mean that they would want to join your group. So what is your angle within your fitness? Are you a keto person? Are you low carb? Are you, a runner? If all of your content is on high impact, but you don't want to attract people that can't do high impact running. So be sure to use those keywords to get your people's attention and get them to want to join.
Exactly. So this is so good. I'm going to stop. Carrie Ann said on Facebook, she has a group. I assume this is the name of your group, Nail Biters Stop Here. And she says she has 10 members and crickets. So Carrie Ann, I'm not sure as a nail biter that I would want to join the group based off of your group name. So if I were doing it, if you had asked, well, I assume you did because you put the comment there, I would make it more about what they get from it.
5, I don't know, that like be very specific, especially if you have a freebie, or if in the group, and we talked about freebies a ton and take action. Your group can be the freebie. You can put, you can do 5 videos that explain the steps to stop biting nails, whatever. But whatever the enticing thing is to get them in the group needs to be in the name as well.
Yeah. And nail biting is one of those things, I don't think anyone wants to do it. So, but they want to stop. I think it's probably similar to smoking, except for way less harmful, obviously. But come at it in an empowerment way. Like, you can name it Carrie Ann's nail biting support, and then add creating confidence, empowering you with tips, those type things, so that they know that they're getting something out of it.
Exactly. I think if you just lengthen that a little bit, and I think probably a takeaway back to the name thing is, whatever your name is, add a tagline to it. Mm-hmm. So just add a little bit more to it that says who you attract, who and what you teach there.
I like that.
What they get. Yeah.
Nail biters stop here --
right.
Strategies and empowerment for kicking the habit, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that people know you're there to help and that you're a safe space.
Yeah. And we think longer is better when it comes to the name, just because, if they give you that many characters, then use them. So the longer it is, sort of, the more keywords you can get in there. So
exactly. All right. Hustling. Number 5. Man, we are optimizing the heck out of your Facebook group right now. Create a group cover photo that captures the essence of your group and makes it stand out. So think about, actually, I think this is a great exercise. Go check out some groups. Think of something that you might be interested in that's not in your niche, or you can do some research on some competitors and look at what stands out. When you land on a group that has a cover photo that is poorly designed, or it's got a weird color, or there's no branding, or it doesn't make sense, think about how that repels you and do the opposite. So in your cover photo, that's what people are going to see. They're going to see your name, your group name, your description, and your cover photo. So those three things have to work together in unison to be visually appealing, to create relevancy, to create your branding. It is the storefront. It's what's going to help them decide whether or not they want to be a part of your group.
Yep. Think of it like a storefront. Think of it like a boutique. Would you buy this dress that's hanging here? So you have to give the presentation of why it's great for them.
For sure.
All right. Number 6 is content. We are the content queens. So everyone's issue is content when it comes to groups typically. So we've been doing content. We've created Your Social Plan since 2016. So content is paramount to be able to so you've got the people in the group. Now you've got to get them engaged. Now you've got to get them, the algorithm. So can you hear that?
Mm-mm.
I hear feedback.
No,
anyway, sorry. So if you're getting the feedback, sorry. Anyway, so great content centered around, we've done TATs on this or take action trainings on this about having a content plan, having your content pillars, if you will, the type of content that you'll be putting out to them. It's not all. So the worst thing I see really is VIP groups centered around some type of product that you sell, and it's just product. Same as posting that on your page or in your profile or whatever. If you post just product, you're going to train people to scroll right by. When they scroll by a couple of times, sometimes even one time, the algorithm takes note and it doesn't show your content anymore. So your content has to be great, engaging content that will get them. We developed the MVP strategy. This takes the same path in a Facebook group. You're trying to get people, to not be alienated and comment on your content so that they'll see the other content that is most relevant. So you're going to make a plan. You're going to come up with some content themes that are important to the people and keep up with current trends. Make it exciting for people to want to come back, and for sure, nurture the conversations that are going on there. So have some good, hard-hitting, I would say, conversations about things that are one of the great things about a group is that typically they're private. You have to be a member to see it. So there's a lot of content that people wouldn't just post out for anyone to see. So in the group, you have some opportunities to have some better conversations around your topics, their problems, if you will.
Exactly. All right. So before I move on to number 7, we have 2 questions on Facebook. So Shannon wants to know if the Ultimate Grow and Monetize Your Group bundle will show her how to set up her business page in Facebook. Did we include that TAT? And we've done an extensive TAT, Shannon. I think you may even be a TAT member. So we can point you to that video. And if not, we'll make sure that you get your hands on it.
Right.
And Jate, our badass professor at Columbia University, who's also a really amazing fitness coach, wants to know about this group name: Women Who Sizzle, Unknown H Word, Habits and Hacks to Get and Stay Healthy and Strong. I do like the Women Who Sizzle. It's got a nice ring to it. I would almost maybe add or adjust in there, Jate, like women over a certain age, or professional women, busy professional women, because that is something very specific to you. That's definitely a unique selling point for you and your brand. So I would add, either the women over 40 or professional women who sizzle, habits and hacks for finding the time to stay healthy and strong amidst the chaos. How was that?
Right.
I
So
think that
again,
was okay.
again, the format is who you serve and what they get. Who you serve and what they get. Okay. So that will 100% allow people to know if they want to be in your group or not. So, and what they get. Remember, we've done a lot of talk recently about what's in it for them. What, it's about them, not you. So that's your name should also be that. Your description should also be that. Your content should also be that. It's all about them. All
Exactly.
right.
Marcy, I got to answer this question. She said, I may have missed it. Is the Ultimate Grow and Monetize Your Group bundle included in any of the memberships? I think you just mentioned something about TAT. No, it is one of our first in a very long time. We used to do really small toolkits on Etsy, but this is one of our first standalone products. But what we have done is included three out of 50 of our TATs as a bonus. So there are the vast majority of what's in there is going to be incredible resources that you've never seen before.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a ton. Like when Ultimate.
As we were building it, Julie was like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to raise the price. It's just $47, by the way, and there's a ton of stuff in there. At least go check out what's in it, and you can decide for yourself how much value we're bringing.
Yeah, I think I have it on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube, but I will drop that in YouTube if you're watching here. The link will be in the description. And
I have to move on to number 7.
Yes, go.
All right, so number 7. I feel like we talked about content. Okay, so number 7, be active and engage. So you cannot just, Facebook algorithm hates when you use it as a broadcast feature anywhere, whether it's your page, whether it's your profile, whether it's your group. Facebook is not meant for broadcasting things. And what does that mean? Don't post and ghost. So it's not enough to just post great content. You have to come back and be active. So yesterday I asked a question in the group. We had 19 comments. I went back and responded to every single one of those. And that is going to have a lasting long tail impact on the engagement in our group, because we went back and engaged and responded to those people who took the time to answer our question.
Exactly. And I could go and do that today and refire that same post to get it going again. So comments are huge when it comes to engagement. So, and responding to them. So, and just remember, so the really main topic for 7 is that you need to care about your group. Yes, in most cases, you're using it as a sales mechanism. You're interested in the bottom line, but you are building connections with people. So the being active and engaging and responding and all of that should be really what you love to do. You are here to serve. You are here to build know, like, and trust. People buy from you when they like you and they're learning from you. So all the things that need to happen, like if you were in person selling to someone or creating a friendship with someone, need to happen in your group as well. So a couple of things that you can do on top of obviously commenting is take time to thank your members for when they come in and join. Have a join post. Obviously, that's a huge way to get them started immediately. Ask them to introduce themselves. In your group rules, which they're in the Facebook group toolkit, whatever, Ultimate Bundle, in the Ultimate Bundle, there is a group rules swipe file that will help you set up your group rules. So we didn't touch on it here, but I'm going to touch on it now, is you do not want to let your group get away from you and be spammy. So having those group rules set up are paramount to that, but then coming back and keeping your group clean with content and, not having people spam it with Forex and whatever links and whatever. So no one, even your most engaged people, will want to bail on you if you don't have control of your group. So,
Exactly.
And then you can also use Facebook Insights to know what is working, and, go back and find your biggest posts, go fire them back up with some comments. Even if it's from a month ago, you can go fire that post back up. If it had great engagement. When someone comes to your group and, all of the, your feed has sort of a random order, but if you fire a post up that had a ton of engagement on it and that's what they see, then that's, they're like, oh, this is a great group. They've got a lot of engagement, which brings me to, you can pin a post as well. So that's going to be a bonus tip there, is that
number 7 was mine. You're taking like all of it.
Oh, go.
So I've been wanting to say that something, we've done a few Facebook group audits recently, and something that we see people do that's not good is they're not using the group features. So this kind of falls in line with this number 7, being active and responsive, but you've got to use a group to its potential. There's so much gold in there. You have guides, you have featured posts, you have events, you have things that we're just in the one-on-ones that we're doing. We're seeing so many entrepreneurs fail to use them and then wonder why they're not getting any engagement. They're hearing crickets, So Facebook groups are built around those group features. So make sure you have guides, or if you have mentorship turned on, make sure you're using it properly. Make sure that that's fleshed out so that people know how to connect with a mentor. That is probably one of the most important, more advanced things that you can do once you get those first 4 or 5 points we talked about earlier under your belt. And by the way, this is getting a little long-winded. We are, of course, going to publish a blog later today that has all of these tips. So if your notes have gone crazy, or you're feeling like we're just throwing too much at you, you'll be able to come back and comb through these and make sure that you check them off.
Exactly. And finally, number 8.
And then we got to get to these questions.
We do. Okay. So finally, once you have your group set up, optimized, rocking, you've got your keywords in. So Facebook's showing it, and you're probably naturally getting some people to join. But there's also, you need to promote your group in other channels. So wherever you are, if you're in YouTube, like, hey, YouTube people that are watching now, come join our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/get socially inclined. Okay. So promote in other places, promote in your blog, promote on, if you do printed material, put it on your business card. If you have a business card, if you have an electronic business card, be sure it's on there. But the fact is that you need to talk about it, promote it. It's your baby. You need to get people in it. And then one last way to do that is Facebook ads. You can have, so we talked about a freebie earlier. You can have a freebie. That can be the freebie. You can have a guide in there. So push them to the group to get it. And then you've got built-in traffic. And that is a relatively inexpensive type ad to do to get people in your group.
Perfect. Can you guys just comment and make sure that you can hear us? Because my page where I'm running this live, it says this page isn't available right now, but I see we're live on Facebook. So I'm hoping it's that we are still live. So,
all right, I can see. Do you have the comments? I can pull comments up. So
yeah, I see comments. I see comments, and I see that we're live. It's just the page that interfaces with webinar. All right, good, Marcy. Thank you. All right, so those were our 8 points. Like I said, it's going to be a blog later, so make sure that you check your email if you want to go back and be able to kind of comb through it and digest it at your own pace. But we do have a few questions and feedback, and if you have any general marketing questions, go ahead and put them in there in the chat so that we can get to those this last 20 minutes of coffee and questions.
Exactly.
Marcy,
go ahead. I'll take the next one.
Okay. Marcy has a question about Your Social Plan, which is our flagship product. As Julie mentioned earlier, we've been creating it since 2016. It's a done-for-you social media marketing solution where we provide content and schedule it for you in the Socially Inclined dashboard. She wants to know, does YSP or engagement posts get posted to a group or just our page? Marcy, as a YSP member, you get to decide that. We find people post them everywhere because having a presence in as many places as possible is always better than having crickets in everywhere because you're too overwhelmed to post otherwise.
And that's one of the things that we hear a lot, that, we have proven that you can revitalize a group. It is the snowball effect is in here. So getting the engagement, nurturing that engagement, and keeping it going can revitalize your group. So, which kind of parlays on what Shannon just said, is that she quit buying from a couple people because they never engage with her. So a couple of things might be happening. They may be using a system sort of like ours and only posting and ghosting, and that is bad. So automation can be your best friend, but there's no substitute for going in and engaging with people. There's no way to do it without just getting on the platform and doing it. So in Your Social Plan content, the MVP strategy definitely applies in groups. So having good questions they can be, as long as they're pertinent to your target market, something they'd be interested in. And all of the questions that we put out are very general in nature, so they could work for anyone. And then you can just fill in with some that are very niche specific. So that P content that we give you helps you to create those. So we have people that use a different strategy between their Facebook and their profile page and group. They don't post the same thing across all of them. And then we have a ton of people that do post the same thing throughout. It's just going to be trial and error and whatever works for you.
Exactly. And let me just hop back to Marcy real quick. In the ultimate bundle that we've been talking about, it includes 365 engaging questions. Those can be loaded up in the dashboard as well. And we even have an add-on where that includes the graphics. So
yeah, so there'll be get
that done for a year in just a few clicks.
Yep. And since you're already a YSP member, if you purchase it, if you'll just come to chat, we'll drop it in there. We'll set the queue up for you, and then you'll have a question. We can set it up where you get a question every single day.
Exactly.
So easy.
Jate on Facebook said she shouted us both out, and the comment is waiting to be approved. Did you see it? In the group?
Oh, it's probably a group post.
Yeah.
So a while back, we were getting spammed, so we turned on post approvals, and this morning has been, so we probably have not approved them yet. So we will. Thank you so much. Appreciate the shout out. We have not seen it, but we will go post it.
Carrie Ann, this is a good one. So if no one responds to your post, how can you be social with it? That's a great question. A lot of imagination probably, but the reality is if no one responds to your post, people get bent out of shape with that. But that just means that the 5 people Facebook showed it to organically didn't respond to it. So it's always a good idea to just go back and add a comment yourself, ask a question, reshare it, do something. We also like the idea of having your core few who they're your business buddies, and you can count on them to comment, like, or react in some way to everything you post. And that will help kind of get the juices flowing on that engagement.
Exactly. With that too, with our content that we put out, we have to write the captions in a way that are quite general. So if you have time, you can add a great call to action that fits your target market. You can rewrite that post in 30 seconds or less. You can rewrite that post really quick to be, really spot on to your target market. And we always suggest to do that.
Marcy Thank you so much. So yes, the ultimate grow and monetize your bundle, your Facebook group bundle is $47. And then you have an option to buy what used to be that $300 content bundle for $97, which adds the graphics. So Shannon, that's what she means by both. She went ahead and added the graphics.
Yeah, just on the next page, it just says, hey, would you like to add the graphics to these? Not everyone wants or needs them. So we didn't want to just force you into a price point.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make sure you knew they were there. So, and they're Canva templates. They used to be $300 because blood, sweat, and tears went into them, and you can make them your own coloring.
But then we grew to a point and we sold enough to where we were like, we can make this more accessible for everyone.
Right.
Which is what you should do in your business. And you'll find it easier to do as you get started.
Exactly. I'd love to do a live or a training on pricing, and how to know, what to price your things. So things just come and go. And as we have gotten to the point where we'd really like to help more people so we can bring our price point down to be able to get it in more hands. And then you refer us to other people. Love how that works.
Yep. All right. Any more marketing questions? I feel like this was a really good one. Have you guys gotten some good pointers on things you can go back and maybe tighten up a little bit with your Facebook group? Take action on. Yep. Don't forget, man, your group name, that cover photo, and your group's about or description is paramount, because those are the three things people are going to see before they join your group. And it's going to help them decide whether or not your group is a good fit or whether or not they want to invest their time and energy in your group. So if you're going to spend your effort somewhere, start there. And as we've been mentioning this whole time, the Ultimate Grow and Monetize Your Group bundle has tons of resources that are going to help you. We've got short worksheets in there. We've got a huge step-by-step action focused planner, so that nothing is left to guessing, and you can feel confident about what you're doing in your group and make sure that you're creating forward momentum there every day.
Awesome. Oh, Edith says she thinks our prices are already amazing. Thank you. Shannon,
you want to come in for some chat for us? Sorry, not that Lauren's not doing a great job. It's just, yeah.
Support, man. That's one of the things, like when you start your business, there's certain things that you just don't realize how it takes so much time. So support is one of those. Yeah. Shannon referred her boss, my oral surgeon assistant. They're both looking to have their own business. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we could do a dental bundle pretty easy for as long as we've been doing dental one-on-one.
Exactly. Yeah, we have so much one-on-one because we do a lot of one-on-one agency, where we post. So I guarantee you we've got 300 pieces of content for that.
Exactly. Yeah, pricing. I do think pricing, we should just at least have a conversation, even if it's coffee and questions on pricing, because it blows our mind. On Tuesday mornings, when you get that email that invites you to become an Academy member, the number of people who message in and say, why can't I have this for free?
That's number one, support again. But they're like, it's $15 a month. Yeah. Wow. There's so many. And so in this case,
that Julie Herndon will charge you $20,000 for a website. Like, you need to get your butt in there. Get your butt in there for $15 a month.
So this might be a case where it is underpriced. Like, that's what it keeps coming up. Like, people just aren't sure. Like, why is it only 15? Is it not good? It's great. So we're just trying to, again, bring it and make it available. So there is a sweet spot to pricing, and apparently Academy is underpriced. So if you have thought about Academy, you should probably get in it, because we might have to raise the price.
Yep.
For real.
More person right in on Tuesday and be like, why isn't this free? I'm going to go in there and I'm going to adjust it and be like, well, now it's $50 a month. I'm just kidding. But we all struggle with the pricing thing. Hopefully you guys can
relate.
Yeah, can relate. Yeah. Oh, Edith, you cannot get all this amazingness anywhere else.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. So nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Shannon's boss, Tamara, wants her own photography business. That's a great business now. You know, it's easy. I say everything is easier to promote online, but a photographer that takes great photos. All right. So last question would be if there's anything. So we decided that you could use this Facebook group bundle, but we would love to know your opinion on anything else that you need help with, whether it be free training or a paid bundle like that. We do have plans for a couple of other bundles. I'm not sure when they'll come out, but we've been in working mode.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, everybody. This was a great coffee and questions. Like we mentioned, make sure you catch us on Tuesday. Go become an Academy member. It's just $15 a month, and you get to hang out with us and get content help, not to mention a full library of small business resources that's always growing.
Plus planners and toolkits, and like there's a lot of stuff in there. That might be an issue too, too much to consume. So I don't know.
I have my work cut out for me having Julie, because I fought so hard for that $15 a month price point for Academy, and I can just hear it now. I'm going to be fighting her this week. Like, not yet. Let's leave it.
And don't get us wrong. We have we have people that are appreciative of the price, but every time, like multiples are just right in every single week.
And they want it for free, but it's already so cheap. All right. We don't need to keep
beating a dead horse.
I didn't want to say that because I absolutely hate that expression.
Yep, I get it.
Julie's a farmer, so
I have it
there.
Well, we have horses. We wouldn't want to beat a dead horse either. So I'm gonna post pictures of my horses. I'm not there right now, but I'm gonna start. All right. Marcy, you all are amazing. I may not be the best at implementing, but I'm certainly trying, and you make everything much easier to understand and implement. That's what the whole Take Action series was about, is to give you one thing that you could do and do well, and then move on to the next thing, because implementation is the key. And people get stuck in the planning mode. There are so many people that spend 90% of their time planning and only 10% implementing. And you need to be the opposite. You need to take action. So go you.
And the last thing I'm going to say about this Facebook group bundle, and I'm only telling you this, Marcy, because you've already said that you purchased it. We could have released it in February, but we spent a lot of time trying to make sure that it was full of the things that you need to take action and not just a bunch of junk to try and get sales. So, Marcy, this is your personal invitation. As you go through that, reach out and let us know in support what you think. How implementable is it? Do you feel confident in taking action? Like, I would love personally your feedback on that. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
You guys have a good day.
Wrapping it up.
I'm out.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. I don't know how to not go live because my page already says I'm not live.
All right, well, hold on. I've got to shut mine off. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for joining us.
Let's see, did that work? No. What?
You can just